took her time in the tap, really set up the play, and you could see she drew the defender in with her little switch play, gave them space down the blind side, and a great cover tackle by the Melbourne defenders, but she was able to get a really good offload, sighted that support player, popped it up to her, and they were able to get a very good try.
And Wright can't make the conversion successful. But as we know, you're many years playing sevens yourself, and the backup, the support game is really important in sevens, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely working in that sort of groups of three, making sure you have a support player, but then someone that can go over the ball as soon as that tackle's made. It's very important to have that quick recycle and get the defence chasing.
So goes high, comes back to the right-hand side this time. Under the ball is the try scorer, Derrera. Ball goes back, but the referee says no. We'll come back for a slight knock-on. And this again, like you said before, Gemma, that the Melbourne University haven't had many games under their legs, but it's such a quick turnaround.
Yeah, I was talking to Mel earlier on, and they had no community rugby at all in 2020, and they've only just been able to start training in satellite pods before this tournament, so that it's only recently they've all been together as a team, so it's going to take them some time to gel.
So good scrum by Melbourne, pops out the back there. We see the right-hand side of here is Nona. Robinson over the top. Good contact there, Melbourne coming through, but again,
playing the ball on the ground.
Not supporting a weight there. Well, quick tap, but Melbourne want to get this ball moving. There was numbers on the right-hand side, but just didn't take the ball on the mark.
That was great work by their captain, Mel Carwell. She tackled low, chopped her low, and she had the great support by her teammates over the top and good ball position.
So Questa forwards it on to some quicker legs. Questa goes to scrum half. Pumps it out to the right-hand side. Good tackle. And defence by University of Queensland. Well presented back there. Nasser pumps it to Nona. Nona goes straight through again. Renee Nona, she'll go in for a second try. Well, that was just nothing really happening there, but Nona, bit of acceleration through that gap.
Yeah, quite often in sevens, that's just that fatigue you see there. Melbourne have been under the pump making tackles for a few minutes, and then the gap just opens up. It doesn't take much, a little change of an acceleration and you're through the gap. I'd say Nona might be one to watch. The tries might be stacking up for the rest of the tournament.
Well, Renee Nona just scoring just at half time, and from the Melbourne University there, Gemma. Just haven't had much ball at all in the first half at all.
Yeah, they haven't done much wrong. I'd say the few little things they can work on this second half is sighting that support player when they're giving the offload. They're just pushing that little pass. Sometimes it's on, sometimes it's not. But yeah, just making sure that their eyes are up and they've actually sighted that support runner before they're giving the offload. Help keep the ball in their hand and give them more opportunities going forward. But the space is there, and you can see the intent when that Owamatangi gets the ball. There's so much power in her run. She draws in the defenders and then creates space on the outside. So they've definitely got the skills and attributes for a quick, fast game. It's just the little errors that are mounting up in the first half.
It doesn't matter if it's 15s or 7s or whatever. Those little 1%ers are the really important ones, aren't they? We always hear that in the game. And just a quick shout out to our Aon partnership. Aon are valued partners. Without their support, it'd be difficult to maintain this competition. Their motto is empowering results, which align strongly with which this competition does. And Aon's support really empowers our next generation athletes. And female participation continues to grow in our game. The Aon support of the Uni 7s helps contribute to this. So thank you very much for Aon for supporting, again, what we said at the start of the broadcast, 4th year in a row. And really the two competitions, and after we'll be crossing New South Wales after our second game with the New South Wales competitions. It's a wonderful idea, changing it up this year.
Yeah, and I think in these times you've got to have the initiative that to try and get competitions off the ground, and this is one of the ways they've managed to do it, and it's a great idea, and I'm glad that we're actually getting to see rugby played.
You good to go?
And I'd rather be up here than down there because it's getting very, very warm this morning as we see University of Queensland in the unusual purple colours. Big kick there by Right comes through. Shave now, taking the ball, getting tackled by opposite number. Nona, first receiver. Big left to right pass. Here we go, right, getting offload there, but Sid Taylor just couldn't take that one.
Yeah, just changing she was just trying to change her line as she went to take that ball and just took her eyes off the ball. But another expensive running game from the UQ girls. You can see their tactics. It's spread it wide and spread it fast.
Well, Nat right there, I believe you've been intel on her Instagram following there as well, Gemma.
Yeah, well, we'll do a shout out for the Red Hot Chili Steppers. She's started up a all-ranger rugby team. So if that way inclined and you want to get on board, go check them out. We said we'd give her a shout out. So if you want to support her and the Red Hot Chili Steppers, go check them out.
And I believe she's actually had a chat to Mick Heenan, the Queensland University coach. Great redhead of the game, but I'm not too sure if he's returned her calls yet.
We can see Georgia McCormack coming on for the Melbourne Uni team this second half. She's going to be so much experience in that scrum half role with the Wallaroos. So I'd say she's going to bring a fair bit of talk and organisation to this Melbourne team this second half.
Just wait. We need hooky UQ.
So here we go, line out.
Check 3.
Just a touch of wind, goes up high. Williams, 2 passes to the right-hand side. Good line of defence here by University of Queensland, and UQ rumbling through. That's a great run. Coming out to the right-hand side. In and away. This is another pace. Here we go again. This time down the right-hand side of the park, and Melbourne University go 45 metres, and there wasn't seem to be nothing doing there, and all of a sudden...
No, Hayley Derrier just taking on our winger and a little bit of extra speed. She didn't even have to use a fend, just tucked the ball under and went for it, and she just got on the outside and put Melbourne back on the scoreboard.
She certainly likes this side of the field, because in the first half she motored down the left-hand side. Now she comes down the right-hand side, so...
Yeah, and you could see Georgia McCormack, great service from the line out. They were able to spread the ball wide. And like I said before, that Boyson Omatangi drew in all the defenders and enabled that quick recycle of the ball.
And just that, yeah, the insert of the runner put the defensive line in UQ a little bit of a second guess and got...
yeah, having that extra player sweep around the back. Although she didn't touch the ball, it just held that winger in one step and gave Hayley that space on the outside.
Yeah, go. Time back on.
So Questor out here on the right-hand side near the touch line. Goes deep, goes long. All taken there again by Wright. Looking out to the wheels out to the right-hand side, but coming back on the inside, offload again, pumping to the right. It's a foot race down the right-hand side. Here we go, look at this. There's been just taken by the ankles there, and the sliding defence of Melbourne University was very strong. Didn't give much on the left-hand side of the park.
Yeah, there was a chance there with that little sort of inside recycle of the ball, then spreading it wide again. Nearly caught the Melbourne defence still, but they managed to slide out really well, and a desperate tackle managed to get her over the sideline.
I'd have to say that all the tackles in the whole world, an ankle tap or just when you clip your ankles together, is the worst way to go down, surely. It's like slow motion.
Yeah, you think you're through. Your eyes are lighting up.
So, scrum penalty there, offside by the scrum half. This time as well, looking to the wheels, but taking it through the middle. Good tackle by Taylor. Straight over the top of the ball. Well, interesting. I would have thought the arm would have went the other way at that time. Buntine finding the wheels. There we are, but tackled well this time.
No hand, rock.
So good contact. There's a dummy to no one there for Cormac. Well, this time they're trying to get
Full blue, sub.
the rear on the outside of the play, but they didn't take the dummy.
4.
And you can't beat pure pace in this game, can you?
No. It was a great little passage of play by Melbourne there, taking the quick tap and getting UQ on the back foot, but some really good defence and low-down chopping tackles by the UQ girls, and you could see just forcing that offload again and a knock on.
Set.
So scrum time a little bit cleaner this time. Offloads to the right, coming straight through. Offload again. Oh, just could not take that ball. That was Mackenzie Sadler on the wraparound. But UQ still with the ball. A lot of work to do. Just looking around. Trying to get one-on-one. Inside out. Pumps it, puts the foot down. Acceleration through, in and away. It's a foot race all the way here. Irwin, beg your pardon, Irwin comes all the way over. 60 metres. Try time. UQ. Well, there wasn't much doing there, Gemma, and all of a sudden, Irwin showing a clean set of heels.
Yeah, you don't realise how much the sevens games take out of you, and just a few hands on the hips by the Melbourne girls and a little bit of fitness in the very end of this first game, and the UQ girls, some fresh legs, were able to capitalise and some great wheels by the girls out wide.
And what a performance pathway. This Uni 7 series is a crucial feeder for tournament to our women's professional game in sevens.
All good.
And with the Australian coaches always on hand seeing you stand out. And it's really good to see a young crop of young ladies coming through, isn't it, with some experienced heads out there as well.
Yeah, it's definitely making me feel old. There's a fair few girls out there that I haven't seen play before, but it's an exciting time to see the talent and the quality of rugby that they're producing. And this is the first game, so I'm sure we've got a lot more to come. And
the scary part is when you were playing in 2016, you would have only watched it on videos and recordings now, back in the old days in the Rio Olympic days.
Oh, it wasn't that old. That long ago.
Here we go again, coming out of trouble. Melbourne University.
Holding.
So quick tap, taken quickly by Sadler. Pumps. So Cox just couldn't hold that ball and just trying to play a little bit more upbeat, the University of Queensland.
Yeah, it was some great work by Sadler. She was able to get over the ball with good body height, good position, and turn the ball over. But just in that really quick tap and recycle, just a fumble and a bit of nervous hands, I'd say, just before the try line.
Crouch. Bind.
So I can see some fresh legs on here. Number 9, Kolb. She just came on a couple of minutes ago, but
Same channel.
Very rare, tight head nearly, but again, like I said before, the weather.
Crouch.
So we're really close to full time here.
Set.
And looks like Melbourne University get last chop of this going through the middle, pumping their legs through. Good run. Boy, that was Conway. It's straight over the top of the ball.
No, 214 out.
So last real play just comes out the back door, but
Full time.
so there we go. First game of this Brisbane round. University of Queensland 24, Melbourne 12. So our next game will be up in a couple of minutes' time. But Gemma, what do you take away from that game? A few cobwebs out of the legs?
Yeah, definitely. The Melbourne girls have had to travel up here. They're going to be a little bit heavier in the legs. It takes some time to get moving. There's a lot to take out of it for them. There were some great ball skills and strong running by the girls, and the continuity and between the girls will really increase over the weekend, and you'll see that again further when they play again in a couple of weeks' time. And UQ are always strong. They've been champions of this tournament in previous years, and they're always going to put up a strong team. There's so many debutantes with the UQ girls this year, which is good to see, and they're carrying on that tradition.
And both teams really well structured and really good at recycling the ball. But I think just for University of Queensland, the offloads were really killer for Melbourne.
Yeah, and the offloads were sticking. They were really sighting that support player and making sure they had the eye contact before they gave that offload. It's one of the crucial things we were always taught, to make sure you had that eye contact so that that offload was going to the hands of the player and they knew it was coming.
As we await our second game, we've got Griffith University with Adelaide Uni, the Roamers. And we've got plenty of wheels in both these teams. We look at the Griffith University, a couple of real veterans of the team. Avania Wong, who knows how to find a try line in both Club Rugby Queensland W. And this one should be a very interesting contest.
Yeah, I'd say evenly matched at this point in time. Adelaide have some